I'm surprised to say that critical opinion so far has been good. I've kind of avoided the critical opinion. So Ealing Studios back, right? You know, flourished in the 40s, kind of came to an end at the end of the 50s, then re-emerged in the 90s. They got a thank you on the Spice World movie, which was rather inauspicious, and since then they've given us things like I Want Candy, that hilarious British sex comedy, and now this. So it's based, in theory, on the cartoons of Ronald Searle and, of course, on the legacy of the St. Trinians movies, of which I think the one before this was the Wildcats of St. Trinians. Is that right?
You're the film critic?
Yeah, very forgettable.
I thought you might have checked that out before coming in.
Yeah, well, I think it's the Wildcats of St. Trinians.
Fine.
I was just thinking off the top of my head because I don't like to work entirely from a script. But if you'd like me to just read out anything that I have written down, then I'll do that.
Any old guff is fine.
So the story is, you know, as always, private school on brink of collapse, and these anarchic girls have to do whatever they can in order to save the day. And in the original, famously, you know, Alistair Sim cross-dressing as the headmistress, and we had George Cole as Flash Harry. Now we have donning the draggy clothes. We have Rupert Everett, and as Flash Harry, Russell Brand. Is there anything Russell Brand isn't in? I don't think so. Anyway, here's a clip of Russell Brand.
You want me, a man of my calibre, just to bowl into some gallery in London, waltz up to your old man and offer to flog him a Vermeer for half a bar?
Well, it won't be you. It'll be this guy, Gerhard von Strubel, the most renowned yet elusive art dealer in the world.
No, he's posh. I can do posh. Oh, la-di-da. Shall I go hunting?
But can you do German?
Yeah, of course I can. Oh, Monsieur, Strindberg, Wiedekind, Jürgen Klinsmann. I think he'll be all right on the night. Just give me a little bit of time. What's he look like?
Well, all I've heard is that he's successful, erudite and handsome. Oh, I almost forgot. He's also very, very gay.
You hear that noise again? That wasn't me, and certainly that's the movie.
That's a strangled noise.
The wah, wah, wah. Now, let's begin. Let's begin in a sort of temperate way. This film has a 12A certificate, and according to the BBFC, the 12A certificate is for moderate sex references, comic violence, and drug use. Now, my first problem is this. Who exactly is the film for? Is it for people of the age of 12? I would say no. The moderate sex references include a sequence in which a gaggle of women or girls, women, but, you know, pretending to be girls, dressed in lingerie, appear to be having phone relations, potentially with a client, which consists of one of the girls saying, "What am I wearing? Well, I'm wearing my school uniform, and in a moment I'm going to change into my gym slip, and then I've got to do my oral exam, and then later on I'm going to become head girl." And you're thinking, hang on, and the word would back right off. Then there is the drugs references, which I at least counted. There's a point when somebody passes out in a field, they say, "Have you got any smelling salts?" "No, but I've got some poppers." There's a sign on the school which says "keep off the grass," and somebody's crossed it out to say "keep off the skunk." There's several occasions in which people are offered blue pills and red pills. There's so I don't think, point one, that it's really for the younger folk, because I think the smutty, lewd, crass sexual references are embarrassing and inappropriate. I think the drug stuff is just inappropriate, and I don't think any of it's particularly well executed, point one. Point number two, if therefore it is for the older audience, is the older audience going to have any reason to want to go and see it? And the answer is no, because it's badly written, grubbily acted, poorly filmed, really, really ugly shooting. It feels like one of those ventures in which all the constituent parts exist because somebody went, I've got a really great idea, let's do the St. Trinians brand. I mean, it always worked in the past, let's just get the brand, let's get a bunch of famous people, and let's get them in. It'll just be funny by virtue of the fact that it's St. Trinians. There was one funny line in the whole thing, which actually was Russell Brand when he's doing the impression of the guy because he's got to pull off this art deal, and somebody says to you, "Who are you?" and he says, "I'm German." And that was funny, and I have to confess that I did laugh at that point. For the rest of the movie,
is that funny?
Well, it was just in the great barren wasteland of humour-free ghastliness that was going on around me. Russell Brand saying, when he said, "Who are you?" he said, "I'm German," did get a snort. And I'd be lying. I mean, I'm giving this like a police witness. I would be lying if I said that I didn't laugh at that point, because I did, and I don't want anyone saying, well, you didn't laugh at all. I did. I laughed at that point. A Russell Brand joke I did laugh at. Other than that, Colin Firth looks every bit as embarrassed as Charles Dance looked when he was in Ali G in the House. Rupert Everett is basically Kenny Everett. I'm sorry, do what you want. That's what it is. It's the same act. Sorry, there we go. Stephen Fry turns up, and much as I have, boundless affection for Stephen Fry, and he does the whole thing like Stephen Fry, which is fine. It is, he cannot save it from falling into
That's the host of
as a host
University
of
Challenge.
University Challenge,
yeah.
yeah, but it's not. It's called like School Challenge or something. But it, and he does steam run. That's fine. Even the person who in this, the person I thought may be able to redeem it, Toby Jones, even he doesn't have a chance. The whole thing is going down like the Titanic. It is a great big crashing travesty. It will have no life outside of England. It should have no life for anybody old enough to see it. It shouldn't be seen by people who are too young to see it. It's not funny. It's not clever, and
Who should see it then?
Nobody at all. It should just be allowed to lie quietly in the corner of the room and just, finish its misery. As I said, there are loads of things about it, as was suggested by that email, that are really troublesome and problematic, but they're the least of its problems. The main problem with it is it just isn't any good. I mean, if it was any good, you'd say, well, it was rip-roaringly funny. However, there are things about it that make me feel awkward. But it was just so not good that the things that make you feel awkward about it, you kind of think that they're really secondary considerations. It's all over the shop. It is a film whose level of, smut and leeriness excludes anybody who might have any interest in it. And I mean, I certainly, in terms of, do I think, we should take young girls to see it? Well, look, everybody make their own decision about it. But I mean, frankly, there are Patti Smith albums on sale in record shops.
That's right, because sort of teenagers are really into that.
I'm sorry. Where are the great role models at the moment? Go and get the Susie and the Banshees back catalogue or something. Go and there's a million other things you can do. You don't have to take them to see St. Trinians.
So Susie Sue was a better role model than
all the St.
Trinians.
Trinians. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Because
she was. Because she was
great argument, really impressive.
Okay, but it was the great thing at the end of St. Trinians. Girls Aloud come on and sing a song in which they say we're anarchists, and you go,
I don't think so.
No, you're Girls Aloud. I mean, I'm sure you're very nice. I don't know anything about them. I'm sure they're very pleasant. But anarchists, they ain't.